What's up, guys? We're just setting ourselves up here. Just give us a minute to get ready. Facebook user, what's up? Hey, if you guys are on the group page, go ahead and back out, go into the description of the show, and at the bottom it'll say StreamYard. Click that. Once you hit StreamYard, it's going to ask you permission to show your comments as well as your information from Facebook. Right now, it just says Facebook user. So whoever that is, what's up, what's up? What's up, Caesar Cantu from Smoke and Lead. Thank you for joining us. We're going to make this a quick video here at Twins Smoke Shop, Twin 724. So yesterday we came live from the shop. We were sitting here with Joe Bianco, who's next to me. Joining us today from the Massachusetts area is none other than Adam Machado, a good friend of cigar enthusiasts and the New England Cigar Militia, as well as Joe Watts, the Grunt, and Kevin Parrow from the New England Cigar Militia. The commish joined us yesterday, and we got to herf and showcase the shop, the lounge area. Today, we're going to do a brief video and showcase the 724 cigar here in the shop, which I'm smoking right now, the 724. It says Factory 57 cigar. Nice smoke. So today, while I was here, I decided to drive around town, and I made my way to the 724 original factory. And when I finally found it, because I don't know my way around New Hampshire, even with my GPS, I got a little bit out of sorts, lost. What I found there was, it was overwhelming to be in the presence of that building, right? Knowing what Kurt has created here in this shop and reviving the 724 brand, being in the presence of that shop was emotional for me. And Joe Watson, Joe Bianco, and I talked about this today, and Adam Machado. When I got to the shop, or to the 724 factory, I felt like I was in the I was in the presence of history, but I was remembering and looking at these pictures here in the shop, thinking to myself, reminiscing, man, like all the people that would have that could have walked through those doors, through that archway, you know, what this was like in its prime, you know, the horse and carriages carrying tobacco and cigars throughout the city and, you know, throughout the world, all the things that would have walked through that door, thinking to myself in that era, the time that it was here, you know, the Carlito Fuentes or the Arturo Fuentes of the cigar industry, the J.C. Newmans walking through that door to talk about tobacco, right? It was overwhelmingly amazing. I even honestly got a little teary-eyed standing there looking at this beautiful building that is now an office building, but still keeping that history, you know, on the top. And I'll show pictures later showing the 724 factory and, you know, the name of the building and the telephone number to contact. Like, it was just amazing to be there. And I spent about a good 30 minutes just taking that in, right? And something I say, and you guys know this with cigar enthusiasts, it's a culture, it's a passion, it's a lifestyle. And although it's always about this stick, it's always about the tobacco, it's always about the cigar, the history that allows us to do what we do, right? Everything that they've fought through, everything that they've overcome, and providing us this amazing cigar. And what Kurt has created here, I mean, I'm telling you, it's amazing, and I don't know another word for it. It's overwhelming. I look forward to. I'm so happy that I was able to come here to this particular shop, and I was able to live that. Right. I mean, I've had some amazing moments here in New Hampshire that I'm never going to forget. One of them being sitting down with Steve Saka and having a conversation with him. Two, coming here to the 724 Smoke Shop and seeing the history right down the street, being in the presence of that magnificent building that's standing there. Just memorable, man. It's one of those things, guys, that we need to look for. We are all cigar geeks, but there's so much more to it than just cigars. The history of the cigar industry is by far, and I'm a big history buff, just amazing, right? It's something we can learn from and continually learn from so we can move forward in the industry and really enjoy what we do, enjoy the cigars we smoke. I mean, what's up, Mike Holmes? I mean, it's just been an experience for me and for all of us. Today, I'm going to let Joe Watts, the Grunt, introduce our next guest, and we're going to discuss and talk about the history of the shop, talk about the history of the city with the factory, as well as the 724 cigars. So without further ado, allow me to bring on the Grunt, Joe.
What's up, fellow
What's up, Joe?
Enthusiasts?
What's up, my brother?
I'd like to say welcome to beautiful humidor here in Twins Smoke Shop. So I am here today with Pastor Padron.
Pastor Padron, yep.
Also known as Pastor Dan.
Yep, both true.
So how long have you been smoking cigars, bro?
A little over 20 years.
You got a little bit of knowledge.
I got a little bit of time. Got a little bit of time under the belt there.
And so I
hit the
also
volume on the
do a podcast as well.
Yep,
on
we
the
do
laptop down a little bit.
here at Twins called Not Just Blowing Smoke.
Losing signal.
And you can watch that on Facebook Live Monday nights at 8 o'clock. And then we edit it down into a more traditional, civilized podcast.
More palatable, if
more
you will.
palatable podcast that goes out everywhere. iTunes, iHeart, Radio, Google, all that stuff. The following Monday. So it's a great podcast. I think what makes it unique is that we've incorporated all three sections of Twins. We have a cigar review, a pipe tobacco review, because we have a huge pipe selection here. And we also pair each with something that is specially crafted to go with it from the 724 Lounge. So we're doing pairings, cigars, pipe tobacco, covering the whole 9 yards. And it's very, very good.
I think that's a good segue into our next subject, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Right behind us, we have your extensive collection
Yes.
of 724 cigars.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell me a little bit about the history of the brand? Because I know a lot of people that aren't in the Northeast,
Oh, sure.
they don't know a lot about it and only see it in shops that the select ones that do carry it.
Sure. 724 was founded in 1874 by R.G. Sullivan. And as you saw, the factory was right here in Manchester, New Hampshire. And in its heyday, they were making 80 million cigars a year.
Wow.
80 million. It was a Sumatra wrapper, Connecticut broadleaf binder, and Cuban fillers.
Yep.
And they were the largest factory using Cuban tobacco on the planet.
Wow.
And to kind of give you an idea, the largest factory today, and some people might debate this, but Placencia, I think, is probably the largest group on the planet.
Correct.
They own 70% of the tobacco fields in
Right.
the world that you use to make cigars from. And they make cigars for 40 different other companies, and including some of ours for 724. They make 40 million cigars a year.
Wow.
724 in its heyday was making double that. And R.G. Sullivan was at the height of that the highest paying tax person in the United States.
Wow.
He paid more taxes than anybody else. And, but then the embargo happened, and that basically killed it off. They weren't able to come up with a blend that he really felt like could continue that. So the brand just kind of went defunct and everything went to pieces. Fast forward into the 1990s. In 1997, Kurt founds Twin Smoke Shop.
The cigar boom.
The cigar boom hits. Yeah. And he is a huge history buff and loves New England history, loves New Hampshire history, and finds out about the 724 brand and that it's right down the street. All of this history stuff is right here. Right. He researches, finds that the rights to the brand are available from the person who owns them. And in 2006, he rebrands 724 and comes out with the original line, which has a Brazilian Matafina wrapper, Costa Rican binder, and then 4 other countries in the filler. It is one tasty stick, let me tell you.
That's an interesting mix. Not a lot of people use Brazilian Matafina.
No, and there's some, Mexican in there too, and it is an incredibly tasty thing. And when I first saw everything that was in the cigar, I'm like, you threw everything but the kitchen sink in here. Can this possibly be good? And then I smoked it. And man, he just did a fantastic job. And I'll tell you, last year in 2019, the original 724 Lancero was given a 93 rating.
Wow.
And Cigar Aficionado was the highest rated Honduran cigar up for the year.
Wow.
And the 5th highest rating they gave out. And he is continuing to get ratings like that. It's very, very impressive.
That is impressive. So are all of the cigars made at one factory in Honduras?
There's one that is not. There's one that's made in Nicaragua. The rest of them are made in the Honduras factory for Plasencia.
Okay.
There's also the Hustler series, which has that Brazilian Matafina wrapper around an Ecuadorian Connecticut. And then there is the Factory 57, which you're smoking.
Yep.
Factory 57 was the official tax designation for the factory.
Oh, wow.
That's where the name of that comes from.
That's cool.
And that has a Nicaraguan jalapa wrapper on it. That's a little bit more full-bodied, a little bit more spice to it.
Yep.
And then there's the 1874 blend, which is
real nice, Dan.
Nicaraguan Puro. And that's nice, medium-bodied. And then the latest one he came out with was the WK, which are the initials of Kurt's son, who passed on early, and he blended it to honor him.
Right.
And it is a Ecuadorian Connecticut wrap, very mild cigar. So you've got everything from mild and creamy all the way up to medium, maybe medium plus.
Okay.
So there's a whole wide range of stuff that's there. But every single one of those cigars consistently gets great ratings in the public eye, in the national magazines and podcasts. So I feel very fortunate to be here working with the man.
Indeed. Indeed. That's very cool that he chose to make a Lancero, because not a lot of people smoke Lanceros.
That's true. He's a big guy when it comes to Lanceros. We have more Lanceros here than I've seen in any other cigar shop that I've been in.
I've seen a few here for sure.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool.
It is.
Okay, so running the gamut of the 724 line.
Yep.
If someone were to come in here for the first time and say, hey, I've never tried 724, and say I'm a medium-bodied smoker, where should I start?
I would start with the original series, and I would probably encourage you to start with the Lancero if you were comfortable with that, because it is such a tasty cigar. And like you said, they're not often seen. So it's a size, there's no room for error when you're rolling a Lancero.
Right.
They're more expensive because they're so difficult to roll.
Right.
Not because people are trying to cheat you out of your money or make you think you're a girl for smoking.
Which is ridiculous.
Which is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's the most experienced rollers are the ones doing the odd shapes like that cigar, like the Lancero.
Right, and if you think about it, more of the leaf is being used in that
Yeah.
larger, longer size.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't understand the hate with Lanceros.
I don't understand it either. I mean, when you're rolling a 660, you can make a few mistakes with where things fit,
Right.
and because there's room for error there. When you've got a 38 ring gauge,
Yeah.
you don't have a lot of room to fool
No.
around. You mess it up, you've messed the whole thing up.
Indeed.
And
Ratios and blends.
Kurt's Lanceros are fantastic. After that, I would try the Torpedo.
Okay.
If you were good for that. Another good one to do would be the Hustler series.
Okay.
The Corona Gorda in that size is really nice. That's the Hustler series is a barber pole of the Brazilian Matafina and the Ecuadorian Connecticut.
Okay.
And that's also very, medium bodied. Anybody could smoke either of those cigars.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that just about does it. So if people are wanting to try 720 and they're not in the area, how can they reach you guys?
They can always give us a call here at the store. We ship anywhere in the United States from here. And oh my gosh! See, now you're gonna make me try and do the phone number.
Hey Joe,
I'm horrible with names and numbers.
I'm horrible with it.
It's
hey
okay.
Joe, can you guys hear me?
Just
Go
sit there.
to the website www.twinsmokeshop.com, and you'll come to a landing page with the phone number and information for both of our stores. One's in Londonderry, one's in Hooksett. All of the mail order goes out of the Londonderry location, and we'd be very glad to send anybody anything they want.
That's perfect. I mean, standing here in this humidor, you have a little bit of everything, and some things you just don't find other places.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate your selection, and thank you for hosting us. It's been a great experience here, and we just appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Well, Ray, it's back to you, my friend.
All
Y'all
right,
have a good one.
Take care.
Pastor Dan, Pastor Padron, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'll talk to you guys
Thanks for having me on. Hope you guys have had a good time.
Hey, before we go ahead and plug in your podcast once again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The podcast, Not Just Blowing Smoke. It's available on anywhere you can find the podcast, Spotify,
Yes.
Google, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all those places, YouTube. And you can find us on our website, notjustblowingsmoke.com, and on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Outstanding.
Instagram handle is Not Just Blowing Smoke. And on Facebook and Twitter, it's NJBS Podcast, because they won't let me use the word smoke.
Oh, jeez. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Those
It's a
scary
crazy world we
cigars.
live in.
Those scary
Yeah.
cigars.
Oh my gosh. Zuckerberg, you dink. There you go.
Perfect. That is the perfect way to end this podcast.
All right, guys.
You just made my day.
You want to repeat that, Dan? Go ahead and repeat that.
You're going to get it for a soundbite now? Zuckerberg, you dink.
That won't be the last.
Watch me get totally shut off now. They'll kick me off. Instagram, Facebook.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Thanks for having us here at Twins. I appreciate you sitting down or standing there with Joe. For all of you watching, please check out the 724 cigar line here at Twins in New Hampshire, Londonderry.
Londonderry.
Londonderry, yes.
Londonderry. I'm gonna sign you guys off. Thanks again, Joe. Thanks again,
Thank
Dan.
you.
See you guys later.
All right, guys. So we are here at Twins Smoke Shop, 724 in Londonderry, New Hampshire. Look them up online. Check out their inventory. They have an amazing selection, but what you really want to try is the 724 line that they have here in the house. Now, this is not your typical house blend. This is not a bundled cigar, guys. This is a premium cigar that you can find in several cigar shops. To my understanding, not just here at Twins. But please go online, get the telephone number. I apologize for not having it in advance. But check out 724 Twins 724 Cigars here in Londonderry, New Hampshire. So thanks a lot for joining us today. We're going to make this a quick episode, part two, because we weren't able to discuss it. We got here late yesterday. We weren't able to do a proper show and really showcase the cigars as we wanted to. So what we did was we came back here. We've been here since 12 o'clock, hanging out, smoking, and we're off to our next cigar shop. So we were going to go to Two Guys, but they close at 6 p.m. And not to rush. I don't like running there. I have a lot of gear that we have to pack and move there. We're going to head over to Castro's back room, right? So we're going to head over to Castro's back room, guys. We're going to smoke some cigars there, get some dinner in a little while, hang out at the shop, and come to you live from Castro's back room here in New Hampshire. So I hope to see you guys there. Hey, Erica Everett, everyone joining us here on Cigar Enthusiast. Love you, darling. Hope to see you soon. All right, guys, we're off to the next shop. Stay classy, stay smoky. Check out Twins. See you next time.